Uh-oh. What did I do? There
Ah,
we
there we
go.
go.
There
There
we
we
go. We're
go.
here. We're live. We were just hiding behind our screen.
Niners.
Dude, that was what a. I mean, I thought the wild card round was crazy. I thought the NFL season was crazy. Good God, I think the divisional round topped everything because Jimmy's gonna give me. I'm gonna be dead before the Super Bowl because of the way Jimmy is. That idiot gives me a heart attack every time I watch him play because I'm rooting for him, not for him. I'm rooting for the team, and I'm about to have a heart attack because of that. That
You are about to
bozo.
have a heart attack.
Oh
Every
my
time I see the
God.
every time I see the ball in Jimmy's hands, I'm like, please don't put it in his hands. Don't put it. All he needs to do is just look cute and smile and let the running, the special teams, and the
Yep.
defense. And thank God for the special teams. Thank you. They showed up.
Oh my God, did they? I don't know between special teams and that defense was. That's the only thing I could see that kept them in that game because
Oh,
they
wait a minute.
Jimmy sure as hell didn't.
Let's not forget
I was
Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They helped a little bit.
yeah. Whew. I had so much fun. I think the my favorite part of that entire game was at the end when they lost. You see everybody going on the field. Jimmy's going on the field. You see Aaron Rodgers just with a nasty scowl walks off. Doesn't even go on the field. Just turns around and leaves.
Yeah.
He's such a pissed off, spoiled, rotten, throwing his little temper tantrum. He couldn't even walk on the field to shake hands. He just left. Such an entitled little prick. God, I can't stand him.
Um, where did they go wrong? He didn't have a good game, man. He can't play. He didn't. And the thing about it is I mean, we went to. I mean, they had home field advantage.
Yeah, that and
Knowing
the cold. I mean, that all favored. I think the week off didn't help,
yeah.
but it all favored the Packers should have won. I thought they were going to win too. I really did. But I was watching the pregame show, and even Jimmy Johnson was like, everybody picked the Packers, and Jimmy's like, actually, I'm changing my team. I'm changing my pick. I'm picking the Niners by 10. Now, obviously, that score didn't happen, but he obviously knew something that we didn't because he was the one that was right about that.
Let's see. Where can we? And can we say Debo?
Oh my God, that guy is
Can we say Debo?
The thing is, even without when you don't even use Kittle, like you are just what do? You have to worry about George Kittle. You got to worry about the running game. You got to worry about, and the biggest issue is to worry about Debo because you don't know what the hell is he going to do? Run, pass, throw. I mean, he is literally he's like a one man team by himself.
I agree.
I mean, you give him a good quarterback. That's a scary combination there.
I think.
Uh-oh. What the hell happened to my headphones? Hmm. I can't. Hold on. What the hell is going on here? Why am I not hearing anything? Why am I not hearing anything? Oh. Okay. Well, I'm trying to get it. I think we're having technical issues, folks, because. Say something?
I can hear you. Testing one,
Okay.
2, 3.
There we go. We're good now.
All right.
You're back.
Okay, cool.
I heard nothing. You just went silent, and I was like, "Oh God, is it me?" So I went back to YouTube, listen real quick. I was like, "Nope, that's him." I don't know what happened.
It ain't me. But anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's technology, folks, and
Yeah, deal with it, people.
deal with it. We're live.
They should know that if they know anybody that knows me knows that there's always going to be technical issues, no matter what the show is.
Happens, folks. Another. Let's see. So, what do you want to get? Like, you want to break down a game? What do you want to do?
Oh, let me pull up the NFL website.
I mean, we don't have. We could say the best for last, and we could talk about them damn Titans and Tannehill and Cool Joe and the Burrow.
Yeah,
and
let's
the Bengals.
get. Yeah, honestly, with that game, I thought it was going to be a higher score, and I know I picked a higher score game for my pick, and I was way off. I did not expect it to end up being a 3-point game.
Nah, man. Henry caught a nice. He did a nice little touchdown, but he didn't run that much, man. Actually, Dante Foreman, 4 carries for 66 yards. Poor Henry. Henry did 62 and a touchdown, but dude, he's always, that's a 100-yard rusher, man.
What I thought was crazy was Burrow was 28 of 37, 348 yards, 1 interception. He had no touchdowns and still put up almost 350 yards passing.
First play of the damn game, Tannehill throws an interception, so you already knew. And he threw into a crowd, folks. Did the ball bounce off players? Yes, but he threw it in crowded areas. He just didn't show up. He was 15 for 24, 220. He had 1 touchdown, but he had 3 interceptions. And the last interception killed him. They were driving. I said, "This is it. Tennessee's about to win this." And what happens?
Yep.
Typical Tannehill, folks. I will say he threw a sweet pass to AJ Brown. AJ Brown turned around, caught it with one hand, did a moonwalk into the end zone, folks. That's got to be one of the best catches I've ever seen in playoffs.
It was phenomenal. I'm trying to see.
He had 142 and a touchdown. He had 9 targets. He had a hell of a game. Julio Jones, man, I don't know.
It was a great it was a great matchup. I just was shocked that you look at the stats for the Bengals and they only put up 19 points. That's what surprised me because Burrow looked amazing, and who else looked amazing was his former LSU receiver, Jamar Chase was
109 yards.
Yeah, he was
He caught a 57 bomber, dude.
He was a beast.
Higgins had 96 yards. So the receiver, even the tight end, had 71 yards. So I mean, the receivers actually came out and they caught the balls. They just couldn't score.
Do you think the issue with Henry was just rust? He's a bit rusty from not playing for so long.
It's Achilles, man.
Yeah. Well, but for not playing that long, he didn't do that bad though.
He had a TD. He ran it. Yeah. He was going through, but it's gonna. The thing about it, you can run and you can catch as many balls, but if you got a damn quarterback that throws the ball in and just screws everything up, you're not gonna win. Not gonna.
Yeah.
Win. So those 3 picks killed him. They killed him.
Yeah. Mixon didn't look that bad. I mean, he didn't break 100 yards rushing or anything, but he didn't need to. There was so much passing going on, but he got what he needed was that touchdown.
Well, if you want to add up total scrimmage, he did. He had 54.
54 rushing
and then 51 receiving. So
so he got over 100. I mean,
that's pretty solid. And he got a TD. So he showed up. Yeah.
Pull up the insight because I know that'll show. I like using the insight. That's my favorite. If you go to the NFL.com, if you pick on your teams after the scores, check the insights because it does show some interesting stuff. Snippets usually about things like Bengals kicker Evan McPherson, first player in NFL history to make 4 field goals in multiple games in a single postseason, and apparently he's got his new nickname is Money Mac.
Rookie. It's a rookie, man. They that's what makes legends, man. I remember Adam Vinatieri. You remember Adam Vinatieri?
Oh my God, yeah, the kick.
The kick.
God,
yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's how the Patriots always lost to the Colts, and then all of a sudden he ends up over with the Patriots one year. But the Grammatica brothers, those were another 2.
Yeah, but you know what though, Vanatier, he's when you think of kickers, you think of the GOAT. He's got all the rings just like Brady because he's won.
Yeah,
know.
he was
with the Colts, folks. He was with the Colts.
He got poached from the Colts to the Patriots.
Yeah,
because he kept beating them.
Yeah.
He was the reason they kept losing. So Belichick did what Belichick does. Come on over here. We're going to pay you and keep you here forever.
No, I was happy for that kid to kick that. And dude, let's hold on. Cincinnati. Hello, let's celebrate. Cincinnati hasn't been since 1980 something.
But this is a first for Cincinnati as well. Their divisional round win on the road, that's the first time they've ever done that in franchise history. They've never won a game on the road before. Right. They were 0-4.
Right.
But the Titans defense was there. 9 sacks. 9, folks. Burrow's going to get killed.
But see, if I was a defense player, man, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, we're holding them. Just score some touchdowns, help us out. And the dude's just throwing interceptions. Come on, man.
But shout out to Burrow for putting up the amount of yards he threw, considering he got dropped 9 times.
Oh man, they can't let that guy get hit like that.
No, he's gonna get killed.
He's gonna get killed.
All they got to do, look at what was that kid from the Jets? What was his name? He's no longer there. Sam Darnold. Darnold got killed. He got killed. He got killed in New York with the Jets, but then they traded him. He went down to Carolina, and the same thing happened. No offensive line, and that kid got killed again.
You know who was another guy? He used to play for he was one of the first quarterbacks for the Texans. David Carr. His body would be outlined in the dirt because he got smashed in the dirt so hard, dude.
It's like if you guys watch The Water Boy. It's pretty much what would happen.
Hell yeah!
Just picture instead of Bobby Boucher, picture Nick Bosa, and that's what would happen. Someone like that just smashing him to the ground, and then what would happen? What happened to him when he got up? He sounded like the Water Boy because he was just my mama said.
Let me tell you something. When Bosa hit Dak and knocked him down, I think that's what kind of shook up Dak's head.
Got scared after that.
I'm just saying.
Burrow, but though I was looking at this, Burrow's the first second-year quarterback to win multiple playoff games since Russell Wilson. So and Russell won the Super Bowl with Seattle that year. So
yeah,
that could be a prelude.
No,
I'm not gonna. No, I still think that they're gonna
my picks at the end.
Jamar, but here's a nice little one. Jamar Chase had surpassed Chris Collinsworth for the most receiving yards among rookies in a single postseason in Bengals history.
Yeah.
And he's so young. That kid is just going to get better and better. And a rookie that did that. And that record's been standing since 1981. I mean, granted, the Bengals suck for probably that whole time as well.
Exactly.
But still, I mean, they had running game. They had Corey Dillon back in the day.
Oh, man. I remember Corey Dillon. Then he went to the Patriots.
Yep, and then his career was over.
Didn't he win? He won something.
Yeah, he might have won. He didn't do that bad. I mean, there's only one player that ever went from one team to the Patriots and rejuvenated their career, and that was Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Go from the but then again, he also came from the Raiders, so that also doesn't really help much.
Vikings.
Yeah, well, the Vikings burned his ass. Vikings.
He started in Minnesota, folks. He
and he went back to Minnesota, and they traded him the next day. That's how much they loved him.
Well, he shouldn't be mooning the fans.
All right, we'll go. Let's go Tampa, LA, and Tampa. God, that was a gut wrencher for me. I was torn because I'm a Brady fan, so I wanted Brady to win. But I also like Matthew Stafford, so I wanted Stafford to win. So I was torn, but that was
I picked the Rams. I did pick the Rams.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, shout out to Tom Brady. That is why there's a reason why he is called the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
When you're down 27-3,
yep,
and you lose. I mean, I know he lost, but 30-27, he brought them back to the brink of winning. And if he doesn't get NFL MVP this year, Roger Goodell should just retire. He better get overthrown, because there's no question in my mind that he doesn't deserve that. Because I didn't see Aaron Rodgers. I didn't see Aaron Rodgers come back like that. There's a big difference. He almost pulled the comeback of the year in my book.
Yeah.
But I said this before. If the Rams win, the Rams are hungry. They want. It's not that they're built as Super Bowl or bust like the Cowboys. The Cowboys are like that every year. They're always Super Bowl or bust. We got the Russians hacking us again.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna block them. Goodbye.
You send some guys over there to Ukraine to take care of them.
Yeah. But Matthew Stafford and the Rams, they're hungry. They got that fire, and it's eye of the tiger, baby. That's all I can think of, because Stafford. I've never seen him that poised. I mean, he had time in the pocket. He didn't get flustered.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing to watch, and I'm sure Detroit is just the Lions are just like, God damn it.
First of all, I got two words, and that's Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, they're
183 yards and a touchdown. He had a 70 long yard.
Yeah, that was a thing of effing beauty.
That's how they won the game.
Well, don't count out Odell. Odell was 69 yards on 6 catches.
I'll give him that.
But look at his top 3 receivers. So Cooper Kupp was targeted 11 times, 9 catches, 183 yards, and a touchdown.
Yes.
Odell 8 targets, 6 catches, 69 yards, and
7.
Yep, Higbee had 7, 4 catches, 51 yards, and then it just falls down at that point, down to 3, 2. But you see who his 3 top receiver favorite targets are.
Right.
How do you choose to cover those 3? That's an elite set, especially the first 2. That's hard as hell.
Well,
I would not want to be a defense trying to cover them.
If you saw what Kupp did on that play that got him in the field goal range, no, he got field goal range. Shit, he scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown, I think, on that pass.
And let's not count out Cam Akers. I mean, his average rushing looks like garbage, but
he's getting healthier. He's another running back coming back from
injury. But he coming back from an injury and running the ball 24 times he got 48 yards. But you also got to remember Van Jefferson got 15 yards. Stafford got 6 yards. Sony Michel got 4 yards. So they did the job. Obviously, Akers was getting there, but the run was opening up the pass. That's the difference here.
We got something for Akers though when we put the 7 men in the box. But we'll talk about that later.
Von Miller got in there. Did you that forced fumble?
I sure did. I saw that.
Now the one negative thing, God, man, the Russians are really after us today, aren't they?
They just hacked our chat room.
And I'm just blocking and add it to the block list. Bye-bye. Now the one negative thing I will say about Cam Akers though was he did fumble the ball twice and lost it both times.
Yes.
Now, granted, so did Cooper Cup, but Cup made up with that with his ridiculous yards and catches that he was doing. So I can forgive him on that one. But they fumbled 4 times and lost it all 4 times.
Yeah, I agree.
That hurts you. That hurts you.
Yep. I mean, you're just like the Niners. Our secret weapon is Debo. Cooper Cup is, I mean, you better cover him, man. This guy's route running is ridiculous.
And their defense is basically just 2 names. All you have to say is Donald and Miller.
Yep.
And technically, I would put Ramsey in there, but that's pushing it for me.
But, the Bucs did have Mike Evans. Mike Evans did have 119 yards. Rob Gronkowski, the Gronk, he had 85 yards.
But their problem, they were dropping passes so much. Now, I will say one of those passes to Gronk should have been caught, and that wasn't on Gronk. That was all Brady. That was Brady's fault, clear as day, because he underthrew it. It should have been thrown a little bit further over. And Gronk, because if he had thrown it further, Gronk caught that. That was a touchdown.
I agree. Now, Gronk is also tweeting little hints and stuff what his future is going to be.
Yeah, I did happen to see that he has said that he will. He's not going to be retiring just because Brady may or may not be there. And Brady hasn't made a decision either. There has been plenty of ample rumors and stuff, but folks, nobody's going to know when Brady leaves until he's ready. So
he still has another year on the contract.
He has another year, but he's also hinted that he was only going to play till 45. Then he said, I could play till I'm 50. And honestly, I think he could, because I don't understand it. I want to know what the hell he does, because the guy gets better with every time as he gets older, he just gets better at football.
Wine, man. It's like fine wine, man. It just gets better with time.
Yeah.
Plus he has a Brazilian wife that, she's lucky man, lucky guy.
But good God, I mean, I know the talk of the town is Aaron Rodgers Crybaby Rodgers for NFL MVP, but I'm sorry, my vote is Brady. Brady damn well earned the MVP award after that performance over the weekend, and Roger, in my opinion, if he doesn't get it, Roger Goodell needs to step down as the head. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There is not a. If the 49ers make it to the Super Bowl and were to win, you're going to tell me Jimmy G would deserve NFL MVP because he won it over Brady?
Who got to sit out and wait? Who was the division? Who's top the conference, top the division?
There is no way you can justify telling me that if Jimmy G won the Super Bowl, he should get NFL MVP over Tom Brady. There's no way you could justify that. I would say, you know what? Find me a defensive player, stat, because the defense is getting it this year. Give me a running back. Give me Derrick Henry or somebody. There's no player that should ever have his name. If his name is Jimmy Garoppolo, he should never be in contention.
Packers are what, 13-4, 8-0 at home.
Not no more. You know that is gonna, I don't care what Rodgers says, that is gonna eat at him. He already has a chip on the shoulder from the day he entered the league, because he didn't get to play for the 49ers because they decided to go with Alex Smith.
Well, he should have been saying, well, how do you feel about the 49ers not picking you? They should have picked me. They'll see. And
he's had that chip on his shoulder ever since. Now, he also has stated at the end of that game, he also stated that he's not willing to help rebuild a team, which in my mind, that is what the Packers need, is a rebuild. Not a full rebuild. There are other teams, Jets, Cowboys.
Devontae Adams.
I'm just saying, but I don't see him staying there. I think my theory is that he's going to end up somewhere else.
He
And
didn't
I have
have
a
a
feeling.
relationship with the coach, man. You know, him and the coach did not hit it off. That's why he stood out. That's in the
And
beginning.
he's gotten to sit at home 2 years in a row with that coach. I get the coach's record looks fantastic, but where's he ended up? At home, hanging out with Dak Prescott, watching the Super Bowl.
Well, he had his boy Rod. What was his? Alex Rodriguez was out there in the audience in the snow. I think that was the black cat on the field, man. That's probably why he lost. But
I think he's going to end up in San Francisco. He's not going to say anything, and obviously the Niners aren't going to say anything. But come on now. If the Niners looked and said, if the Niners, I'm just saying, if Shanahan said, "Bye, Jimmy, we're done with you," and your choice was, let's say, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, or Rodgers, I'm telling you, they're going to go with Rodgers.
He likes Miami.
I don't see him play.
Miami.
He's got Roger. He's only got Waddle. He's only got Waddle. Then you put him in the
time in the cold, man.
You put him in San Francisco. Bro. You put him in San Francisco. It's a guaranteed. They're in Super Bowl contention.
We spent too much on our first pick, dude, and plus the money that he'll be asking for. We don't need Rodgers, man, and plus he lies on certificates, so we don't need him.
Well, maybe
would it be nice? Oh, hell yeah!
I know another team that might look at him. I think they're down south somewhere. Oh, what is it? Oh, the Cowboys. They'd love to have that washed up bum.
No, they need a running back. They need to get rid of Zeke, get his ass out of there. Hell, they need to get that offense coordinator. They need to get his ass out of there. Get his ass out. They even hate him. I've been watching Dallas Cowboy videos, going to YouTube videos. I'm tired of losing. We need to get him out of there. Get him out. Jerry, we keep giving you this money, and you keep giving us L's and losers. Oh my God!
You know it's got to be fantastic because they had Jason Garrett in there for ages as head coach. What were they? Mediocre team at best.
Yeah.
Never making it to the big time. They brought in Mike McCarthy. What'd they do? Mediocre at best. Still can't get get past it.
One and done.
That was fantastic.
Hey, wait a minute, man. Who's gonna be throwing in Pittsburgh?
That's another one. Aaron Rodgers.
There you go.
But you know what? You know the best thing. But look at this though. So the Rams became the fourth team in NFL playoff history to lose 4+ fumbles in a playoff game and still win. The only other teams that they tied with are the 1969 Chiefs, the 1970 Colts, and the 75 Steelers. That's a pretty nice elite club to be a part of.
Yeah, that is.
But look, the Rams defense pressured Brady all game 17 times. That's the most pressures Brady's faced in a game all season.
Yep.
And he still almost won. That's the beauty of this. He's still almost won.
Tom Brady is a goat. He did it.
And Von Miller showed up.
Man.
Von Miller showed up, though. Von Miller finished with 9 quarterback pressures. That's his most in a game since 2018 in Week 7.
Because Stafford, they were going to win.
Stafford led his 43rd career game-winning drive, the most among any player since entering the NFL in 2009.
I'm happy for Stafford. Can I tell you something? Aren't you guys tired of Tom Brady being in there? And I'm tired. I'm sorry, dude. I'm
a Brady fan.
I want a mix. I know you are, but I want a little different. I want a mix.
I will say though, if it wasn't Brady, I wanted Stafford because like when the Steelers and the Cardinals went to the Super Bowl, I rooted for the Cardinals not because I liked the Cardinals. Cardinals sucked. I rooted for Kurt Warner.
So did I, baby.
I've always been just like when Favre played for I hate the Packers, but I was a Brett Favre fan. I always liked Favre.
Yeah.
That's one. There are quarterbacks I like. Brady, I rooted for the Patriots half the time just because everybody
movie. He does have a movie.
I know. I want to watch that. I want to see that.
He's playing arena football, folks.
I watched him there too.
Yeah.
But check this out though. Matthew Stafford's 11-0 in games with 100+ passer rating this season. 3-5 when he's under 100, a sub 100 rating. But the last team to win back-to-back Super Bowls was New England in 2003, 2004.
Yep.
That's the longest drought in the NFL history that we haven't had that happen yet. Of course, that was Brady and Brady. Maybe he'll go back to the Patriots.
Ain't happening.
I know. No, he will. He'll retire. He'll get a one-day contract with the Patriots to retire as a Patriot, because we know Art Monk was a Jet and came back for one game, or one day, I should say. One day.
I think he should go. I think he should just. There's nothing he needs to prove to nobody. I don't want to see him get a serious injury. I don't want to see him get hurt.
Look at this. This is his. I think statistic-wise, this might have been one of his best season of his career. Remember Brett Favre when he was with the Vikings? First season with the Vikings, that was the best season of his entire career. Second season he came back for the Vikings was effing terrible. He looked old he looked like about three versions of, if you took three of Big Ben, shoved them together, that's how bad Favre looked. He was awful.
But he was a part of Hitgate, though. Rumors. I don't know where they got paid to fucking take Brett out, man.
I know he was. I know.
They did. They hurt him.
I know. But this is what I think is fantastic. So the Rams have a home game this weekend, and if they win, they get another home game.
Yeah, I know. Huh?
But also that would also be an NFL record. That has never happened. There's never been two teams back to back that have hosted a Super Bowl in their own stadium.
Good point. But it ain't gonna happen, folks, because we have beat the Rams the last 6 times. We know how to stop the Rams. Stop the Rams.
I had said this all season. Like, I thought the Saints were Brady's kryptonite, but apparently it's just the Saints and the Rams, because Brady's 0-3 versus the Rams since joining the Bucs. Mm-hmm. He was 5-1 with the Patriots, including 2 Super Bowl wins. So apparently it's just I don't know what it is. It must be a Tampa thing.
It must be.
All right, let's get. What are we at? Rams. We'll
you want to do the Bills and Chiefs last, or you want to do the Niners? What do you want to do?
We'll do Bills Chiefs. We'll go to your favorite.
All right,
because we've already kind of talked about Aaron Rodgers.
Me and Aaron, we kept going back and forth.
Oh my God! Yeah, we did.
Bills. Oh, Chief, Bills, Chief, just back and forth.
Well, and we were watching this, and I think I know you were freaking out more about the Niners than I was, but actually, I'm looking at Jimmy's stats. As much as he's a bonehead and makes stupid decisions, now his one interception, that was a dumbass throw.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm like, why throw the ball out of bounds?
That's the Jimmy move. When you're gonna do something stupid, you pull well, maybe I shouldn't say. That's what I was about to say. We'll scratch that off the record. But you look at, other than that stupid interception, he was 11-19 for 131 yards. I mean, that's low, but when you look at the running game, that it kind of balanced out. He didn't do a bad job.
What we did is we even if we didn't score a touchdown, we did a field goal, and that's honestly, if you want, that's what kept us in the game was the field goals. And then we were running. The defense was great.
Yeah. Well, Mitchell. I mean, the averages weren't there, but I mean, God, Debo had 39 yards rushing. 53 yards rushing to Elijah Mitchell. Mitchell looked fantastic when he would, get some bursts going. Right. And even Kyle, and I'm not going to say, you can say the last because I'll butcher it. I mean, he only had 2 carries for 14 yards, but did it really matter at that point?
Well, also, take in consideration, snow. It was
Yeah.
snow coming down. The field was, but damn it, we played better than the Packers did on the snow.
Yeah, that was surprising because all of the signs for that game, cold weather, week off, you had a bye week or for whatever. Aaron Rodgers, all of those things should have
I mean,
favored
Aaron
home
Jones.
game in Lambeau Field with that kind of weather and that kind of cold. All of that favored a Packers win, and I've never seen such a.
Well, I was biting my nails when AJ Dillon scored he scored that touchdown. I was like, damn it. And then they also have Aaron Jones, who did go 129 rushing. I said, damn it, they're gonna run the ball down our throats and then probably throw some passes to Devontae Adams.
Their opening drive was 12 plays, 69 yards, 5.5 minutes off the clock, and they scored a touchdown with Dillon up the middle for 6.
Yeah.
And it was like they just said, fuck it, I'm done.
And thank you. And then after that was like
nothing. Well, but you look at it, it was the Niners got the ball, 6 plays and a punt. And they lost 6 yards. They didn't gain it. I mean, negative 6 yards for that, and it took them almost 3 minutes. Packers got the ball, 5 plays, fumble. Niners got the ball, 4 plays, 0 yards, and we're going to punt. Packers, punt. Niners got the ball back, lost a yard on 4 plays, they punted. Packers got the ball, 5 plays, 1 yard, and they punt. It was literally, I'm looking at the screen here, and it's after that Packers touchdown, it's Niners punt. Packers fumble, Niners punt, Green Bay punt, San Fran punt, Green Bay punt, second quarter punt, then Niners interception, and Packers run out of time. And then it was second half, field goal by the Niners, then it's right back to punt, field goal, turnover, and I was like, I've never seen a game where the punters got more work than a running back. I mean, I've never seen that many punts in a game before. That was a lot of work for both of them. It wasn't just the Niners punter. It was both of them, which was crazy.
Special teams.
But that block punt was fantastic.
Bro, let me tell you something. If we didn't have that block, if we didn't get that block, we wasn't winning the game.
That was that. Now, I will say, though, that it was a great game. If you're a fan of that old school 90s style that we all grew up with, except for the younger generation that doesn't know anything, because they're fans of Patrick Mahomes, this was a great game. Like, I was a defensive guy when I played football in high school. This was great to watch. We got to watch, you watch Nick Bosa get a forced fumble. I mean, he probably wanted to break Aaron Rodgers in half, but, Rodgers doesn't allow that. He's not allowed. You're not allowed to hit Rodgers. But can't mess up that face. He's got to be on his commercials. He can't mess.
Broke his collarbone, did.
Yeah, well, that was all. He wanted that to happen. He's such a wuss. But yeah, it was. I mean, there really aren't a whole lot of insights on this game. It was just Rodgers is 0-4 though in his career versus the Niners in the playoffs. So he's the first quarterback to lose 4 playoff starts to one team in NFL history. Let's all give a hand for Aaron Rodgers. Bravo, buddy. Bravo. That's like a best record to have.
What's his legacy going to be like if he calls it quits?
Losing to the 49ers 4 times in the playoffs.
I mean, he did get a championship, folks, and those are hard to come by. There's a lot of people.
But you look at there were 9 sacks in that game as well. Not like Rodgers getting dropped 9 times, or I would have expected Jimmy to get dropped 9 times, but 9 between the two, that is off. I mean, that's a lot. That's a great defensive game. And there's a reason. I mean, the defense carried the Niners because it sure as hell wasn't Jimmy. I mean, 11 and 19, 131 yards, but he had a 57 passer rating. I don't even know how you win with that crappy. Like, I'm shocked he didn't get benched halfway through with the coach. At the end of the game, the coach probably looked at him and said, "1 more, and then you're gone."
Just Jimmy's job.
Get him to the Super Bowl, then we're going to trade your ass to someone who will want you.
There's different types of quarterbacks. Jimmy is a manage the ball, don't fuck up. Don't.
He's not as bad as he's bad, but good at the same time. He's not like Rex Grossman bad, who would be garbage for 2 weeks, then maybe throw on a great game and then go right back to being stupid. He just makes the stupid play, and it's not because he's a gunslinger where he'll just lob it up and hope for the best. Like Stafford, he's just an idiot and does the stupidest things. Like even a person that doesn't play quarterback knows not to do that.
Can we give it up? Debo was hopping off the field, okay, with one leg, and then hopped back into the game. This man put his body on the line.
I saw that, and I was like, oh my God, he's gonna kill himself. But that's commitment. Now the other thing though, Shanahan, this is a fairly decent for Shanahan, is 35-15 as the Niners head coach with Jimmy as the starter, including the playoffs. But the weird thing is he's 8-28 without Jimmy starting at quarterback. So apparently it does favor Jimmy for that. But Jimmy is 21-6, has a 21-6 career record as a starter on the road, the second highest winning percentage in the NFL since the 1970 merger. I don't even know how that's possible, folks.
And it doesn't help. Corn on the cob didn't catch anything for Aaron Rodgers, and old ass Mercedes Lewis, he fumbled the ball, and they got it back. That didn't help. So I can't put too much on Aaron Rodgers.
No, and
statistically, jump and play, folks.
Statistically speaking, though,
winning for 29.
Usually the California teams in general, as a whole, are terrible in Green Bay in December and January. They're 3-12 since 1950, including the playoffs. Of course, San Francisco has all 3 wins.
Jimmy's from Chicago. Jimmy's played in the cold weather. That's what he said.
Robbie Gould.
First of all, at the intro of the Packers, when they were coming out on the field and they had all the guys coming out of the tunnel, Robbie Gould, there's a video of him practicing kicking the field goal ball over them while they're getting introduced because he didn't give a damn. He does this. 20
for 20 in his career in the postseason. He has not missed a field goal ever. He's like the Adam Vinatieri of the Colts and the Patriots. The guy, he's just that gold.
He won that game for us.
You talk about the GOAT for kickers. I'm starting to put Robbie Gould up there. He's moving up that list.
You can't forget Justin from the Ravens.
Right, but I'm saying he's not up there yet.
Okay.
If he keeps that record solid in the playoffs, he's going to get up there one day.
Well, I hope he kicks a nice one in the Super Bowl. But anyway,
I was waiting for that. You realize Rodgers has been sacked 13 times in the playoff in 4 career playoff games against the Niners.
Wow.
That's a lot of getting dropped by one team in the playoffs.
And another thing, coaching. The players play the game, but the coach, you got to give it up to the coaches. And it was a great, shout out to Ryan, the defense coordinator for the 49ers, man. The defense, and think.
Oh, Ron Slusher said Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Isn't that sad, man? So did Brad Johnson.
Hey, and you know where Brad Johnson was there before he won that Super Bowl with Tampa, right? It was with Washington. We just shipped him off, and then they're like, let's give him a Super Bowl now. I'm really actually that good. There was a stat I just saw. Oh, in the negatives. The 49ers had -7 total net yards in the first quarter. Terrible.
Yeah.
Woo, that's awful.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, all right. And then I think the best game possible, because
Bills and
out of all of the games that we watched, I think this by far was the best one. Just hands down.
Yeah.
Ooh. You're putting Joe Flacco with Mark Rippon.
Ooh.
I like Mark Rippon. He was Washington. He was the Skins.
Ooh.
He was with the Washington Redskins back in the Super Bowl days before Doug Williams.
Hey,
or after Doug Williams.
Joe Flacco's got 2 championships. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah, I will say that. I will agree with that.
You got to, even Eli Manning got 2 championships.
I mean, Jimmy, Ron's right though. You look at it. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Nick Foles won one. Yeah. Joe Flacco, Mark Rippon. Hell, I mean, Jimmy's got a shot at it. Shit, crazier things have happened in the NFL. Cincinnati's in the AFC Championship.
They just Jimmy, don't throw the ball. Just don't throw the ball, Jimmy. Just let run, defense, and special teams. What do you want me to do? Just smile. When you see a camera, just smile at the camera. Don't throw the ball.
Just do what you're told. Put the earpiece in your ear and do what they tell you to do. I would make a comment about that, but I'm not going to. This is a non-political show, folks. Did y'all realize Andy Reid's the first head coach in the Super Bowl era to have multiple streaks of 4+ conference championship appearances? And he's doing this at home. This is the Chiefs' 4th time. He's done it with the Chiefs, with Kansas City 2018 to 2021, and he did it with Philly as well.
Yeah.
When do we put Andy Reid up there with like the GOAT for head coaching? And knock Bill Belichick down? Because right now everybody always goes and says that Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. Do we put Reid in that category though?
You got to look at it. Bill Belichick has championships,
and he's done it with nobodies. He had Brady and Gronk. That was the 2, but he had Brady basically for 20 years and random people half the time.
Come on, dude. When you have Dallas, when they got like Dak and Zeke and Cooper, all these guys, and everybody's always talking, shout out to Jeff, what they're going to do in the Super Bowl. On paper, it looks good. But when it comes down to coaching people, come on now.
Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, but hey, I'm not going to knock Reid because that's a hell of a place in the NFL history books to have. The fact that you took 2 teams and you turned both of them into championship teams. Like, it's just winning goes with you. He wakes up, eats his bowl of Wheaties, and pisses excellence on a daily basis. He's just that damn good.
Almost won with the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, I think if what's his name wasn't throwing up on the sideline, McNabb and T.O. didn't have screws in his feet, they could have won.
The fact right off the bat, it was because you just said the bigger issue was the fact that they had McNabb. That was the problem. That effing bum. As I'm looking at the insights for the Bills game, God, fucking overtime BS. But anyways, we'll get to that part. Josh Allen's led the Bills in passing and rushing in 4 of his 6 career playoff games. The only other person to do that was, I believe it says that it was a 49ers quarterback that did that 6 times, and then Russell Wilson with 5. And that was Steve Young. Oh my God, I used to love watching Steve Young. It was like watching the bus, but before his time. Because
I was a Joe Montana guy, but when Steve Young came along, man, it was like
he ran, he threw, he was a running back in a quarterback's body. He was that big, and he wasn't fast, right. And he didn't understand the term slide because that wasn't a thing back then. Head down and hope for the best, and that's why he's no longer a quarterback because he had to retire from concussion.
I love Josh Allen in Buffalo, but the only thing that scares me is this might be another Jim Kelly and the old Buffalo Bills. You know how many times they went to the Super Bowl and they didn't win?
They went 4 times, but they are 0-4. They are 0-4.
This might be with the when it comes to division. I don't even think. I mean, if Kansas City, like, they got to face KC for the divisional to get to the conference.
Yeah. Well, and look at this. I mean, this is another hard one to get past. You got to get past Mahomes. Mahomes is 8-0 in his career in the postseason versus quarterbacks not named Tom Brady.
Exactly.
That's the only guy that has beaten him in the postseason. Yeah. He's 0-2 versus Brady. Yeah. And obviously he may not get to face Brady now. I would have loved to have seen that again. See a repeat Brady and Mahomes again. But Mahomes, he surpassed Kurt Warner and Drew Brees for the most passing touchdowns in their first 10 career playoff games in NFL history. And that's a huge accomplishment because that's two big names right there. Kurt Warner and Peyton Manning are no joke.
Dude, he's got when you have the right, like when the players come to play and they do the right thing, Dallas, Kelsey, but
look at the points. They look 78 freaking points between the two teams. That's a lot of. Look at all of the other games, and then look at theirs. They put up 78 points,
and it came down to a coin toss.
Yeah, which
somebody win, and then they got to run it down and score. And the other team
check something here.
Yes,
19 plus 6.
But shout out to the Bills, though, man. They played. Josh Allen is an amazing quarterback. Yeah.
You would have had the amount of points that the Bills and the Chiefs put to combined is almost that you had to total all three of the other games scores. And that was 115 points between the three teams. So that's 6 teams. 3 games, 6 teams totaled 115 points. The Bills and the Chiefs put up 78 just alone. That is ridiculously crazy. And I knew that was going to be a high-scoring affair. We all knew that was just a given because you had Allen, you had Mahomes. Mm-hmm. That it was a given. You look at the stat-wise, the Bills had that. I mean, they should have had it. They came back at that end of that quarter.
What was it? How many seconds?
13 seconds, and that was 13 seconds too much. That was the key right there. I saw when they did the kickoff, and the Chiefs, Mahomes went back on the field with 13 seconds. I was like, oh, God. Game over.
But I'm going to tell you something. You know what Andy Reid told Patrick Mahomes when it was 13 seconds?
Don't run up the middle. No. Don't run the middle, boy.
I'm going to look. This was what was told. This is what Andy Reid told Patrick Mahomes. When things are grim, you have to become the Grim Reaper. That's what he told him. And then he went back on the field, and they went into OT, and he won the game. That's Grim Reaper.
And look at the quarterback comparison. Josh Allen was 27 of 37, 329 yards, 4 total touchdowns, no interceptions, 68 rushing yards, 136 passer rating. Patrick Mahomes was 33 of 44, 378 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 123.1 passer rating, 69 yards rushing. I mean, they are dead even.
He did a 34 long run.
Oh my God, that was the longest of his career, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
the players, guys.
Nick Bosa would have smashed him into the ground.
These are special players.
Now I know that they lost, but I can't wait for next season to watch these two teams go at it again because it's going to be fun.
It is, but
I think it's going to be fun watching these two in the future.
I just think it's going to be like Tom Brady against Peyton Manning, and Brady always came out on top.
Yep.
One time, one time they slip up.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn my camera off so you can chat with the folks for a minute.
Not a problem. What's going on, folks? While he's saying, "Hey, what are you doing walking in my background?" I'm just saying, we got some quarterbacks, man. We got some young quarterbacks. That's just gonna make the NFL a whole lot better. Good guys too. Josh Allen played.
I'm back.
All right, played his tail off.
Yeah,
tail off.
Well, so Sean McDermott's 3-0 at home, but he's 0-4 in road playoff games. They're already, and we see it's hit or miss whether you agree that home field advantage. Yes, most of the time it matters, and obviously it definitely did in all of those games. I think it played a factor,
Cowboys
but
didn't.
Packers didn't. No, it was too cold to do anything. The Packers had an excuse. It was too damn cold to be getting rowdy.
Right.
The Cowboys, they already knew. They knew deep down inside that they were going to lose, so they just didn't care.
It's honestly though, and I'm not, it's just sad that they got that much talent and
they're wasting it. It just gets wasted.
And it was wasted. All right, dude, it's about 5 minutes too.
I know we didn't even get into. There was so much to talk about. We didn't even. We don't need to go over the.
We got the conference, the AFC conference.
Yep, that is what I'm pulling up now.
Bengals and KC, Niners and the Rams.
Conference championship. What do we got here? Sunday, January 30th. 2:00 is the Bengals at the Chiefs. I'm going Bengals. I've been on the Bengals all postseason. I think they're gonna. They are
making these bad picks.
I've picked the Bengals. I've picked the Bengals.
Bump your head.
Well, I was a defensive player, so I did get a few concussions here and there.
Bro, did you not see what Kansas City did?
I did see what. I'm still going with the Bengals, and God damn it, I'm going Rams.
Okay, well, folks, whatever he picked, I'm going the opposite. Kansas City's been there, done that. Even the Niners have been there. This is gonna be a remake from the Kansas City and the 49ers in this last Super Bowl a few years back. Kansas City is going. They're look. Burrow, you're good. The defense is good. You got a hell of a receiver. But Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, come on now.
Yeah.
Nah, that's it's Kansas and Andy. And I'm just gonna throw this out here. You guys keep forgetting. Andy Reid is the coach, and he's the GOAT. He's a GOAT when it comes to coaching. He's very smart. He's been in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I will agree. I have to agree with that.
I don't know how the hell he pulled that out with the Bills, but he did.
And
they're gonna beat the Bengals. Now the Niners, we have beat the Rams 6 times, folks. We know they're not. All we got. Look, we put 7 men in the box. Akers is done. We got Jimmy cover one of the receivers. We still got Bosa. We got Fred Warner. We got defensive weapons. We got a hell of a kicker.
I will agree, but you got to remember the Rams have Aaron Donald. The Rams have Von Miller.
We had them before, and we beat them, folks.
And they know that, though. Regardless of what the outcome is, I think it's going to be it's going to be a fun Sunday to watch these two.
Of course it is. It's going to be great.
I'm hoping that my old ticker can handle the 49ers game because otherwise I'm hoping dead.
Chief and Niner Super Bowl.
All right. Well, let me hit over here because we are out of time, guys. Whew. We will see you next Tuesday after the AFC and the NFC championship. So it will be fun. And we'll have those 2 games. Plus, we'll be able to get caught up on all the other NFL news because I'm sure we'll have way more time then. There were 4 games.
Ortiz make it into the Hall.
Yes, David Ortiz finally made it.
Bonds in there. Come on, man.
Well, we know why he didn't get in there.
He only used a little bit of juice. That's all.
He's gonna be fighting to get in there just with Mark McGuire. All right, guys. This has been fun. I'm Aaron and my co-host Ray. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Even the underdog, folks. The underdog.
Let's hit our outro.
Peace.